London Real, sponsored by Bulletproof Coffee.
We know that Google supposedly has it right. You know, they got the gym memberships, they got the snacks, they got the interactive spaces. Is it as simple as making it a nice workplace, or does it go much more further?
That's actually a thing. That's actually a thing people get wrong about Google. I actually went to visit the Google headquarters in Mountain View, California.
Mountain View, okay.
Yeah, the Googleplex, right? The official mothership.
The big one.
Yeah. And when people talk, you know, everybody knows Google is a great workplace. They're on top of the best workplaces list in the US. And they are awesome. But when people talk about Google, they talk about the free food and the swimming pools and the gyms and the fact that, you know, Barack Obama will come by and give a speech and Lady Gaga will come by and give a concert, that kind of thing. But when I talk to people who work at Google and I ask them, so why do you like your job? That's not what they say. Instead, they talk about, one guy talked about, you know, I get to do cool shit. I get to do stuff that no one has ever done before. I get to develop groundbreaking technology. So he made a difference. He did something really cool. I talked to this lady who said, you know, I've been at Google for 3 months. I have made friends for life because Google is such a pressure cooker, and you know everybody's always, you know, working really hard, but they also take care to hire good people. So you get really good relationships in the workplace. People like each other. There's a good mood. You can work together. You can talk together. And those are the things that make people at Google happy to work. It's not about the gyms and the free food and all of that.
Okay, that just happens to come along with it.
That's, I think that's very visible.
Okay.
And also I think you can use that to hire people.
Right.
Because, you know, that can pull in new hires. But it's not what makes people happy or unhappy at work.
Perhaps it's an extension of the whole ethos of really thinking about the employees and keeping them happy. And by doing that with their work and keeping them creative, they just take it to the next level and, you know, make them physically happy.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Now, in your book, you broke it down to like a couple of words, and you said happiness at work is results and relationships.
Yes.
Which, you know, it's a bold thing that you try to simplify that in 2 words.
And I realize it's probably an oversimplification, but if you look at the science, if you look at the research in this area, I think that at least 80 or 90% of our happiness at work comes from those 2 things, results and relationships. And very briefly, results is when you do a good job. Okay. Like this guy at Google who was working on groundbreaking technology, right? When you are good at what you do, when you kick ass, that feeling of pride you get from doing a good job, that makes us really happy, feels amazing. Especially if you work on something that is meaningful, you know, where you make a difference for someone who needs it. Right. Let's say you're a teacher and you can see your students are getting smarter and getting good grades. Right. Or you're a nurse and you can see your patients are getting better. That's meaningful results. That feels amazing. And the other thing is relationships. You know, when you like your coworkers, a good relationship with your coworkers, with your boss, with maybe your clients and your customers. Yeah. Those 2 things represent our most basic psychological human needs. And if you have that in the workplace, you will be happy. And you know, I know a lot of people look at stuff like salaries and promotions and bonuses, and that's what they chase their whole lives. And a lot of those people end up being miserable. You know, I met a lot of those people there. You know, lawyers or doctors, and they have the $1 million salary and, you know, the fancy title or whatever, and they're miserable. They hate their jobs.
I was about to say, where's the cash in there?
Where's the cash?
Results in relationship. You know, where are the stock options? Where's the where's the big money? You know,
yeah. Well, I'm not saying that salary and compensation doesn't matter, because it does matter. Right. You should absolutely get the salary you deserve. You should get a fair salary, because being paid unfairly can make you unhappy.
Right. Okay.
But a high salary, no matter how high, will not make you happy.